Well, it came down to Starbucks or getting my suit off in between tracks. I was thirsty. So it's going to be tough enough as it is to get to Northfield Park on time. If I'm right, I'm there 17 minutes before race number 1, which is tight, but doable. Oh, the sun's about to come out. 1 second. But doable. Man, we had a pretty good day today. I told you guys win, lose, or draw. That was Absolute Euphoria's last start of the season. And she went out a winner. I just don't think there's any need to continue to race that filly. She did her work and got it done, but was she super enthusiastic about it? No, not really. When I moved her over, middle of the summer, Absolute Euphoria would have just inhaled that crew and drove away from their foes. But today, she just kind of hung out there. She did enough to win, which just means she's a winner. But again, it was an end of a year type mile for her, I would think. So she's going to go to the field now and relax for a little while. We'll give her 4 or 5 weeks off, bring her back in. So let's see, it's almost December 1st. Let's say first part of January, she'll come back into us. And then the very next race, oh my God, Old Cake. He was feeling it today. He busted out of there, and I knew it was kind of a tough. Anytime you can race in a short field with a horse that's supposed to win, you feel confident going in. But what it boiled down to was what kind of trip would I get? Would I get Unbeatable Kemp? Drag him off the gate. That's not going to happen. Put him on the front. Ooh, don't want to be there. So I knew if I left quick enough, I could get around the inside horses, and if I was able to drop Jeremy Indoff in behind me, that would force their hand, right? I knew he was a long shot, so if he was able to get in behind me, I knew the 4 or the 2 were sitting right there. If I just pumped the brakes, they got to come out, and out came Dan Charlino, put his horse on the front. He was one of the ones to beat. As I got a look at everybody coming past the grandstand and the TV, didn't look like the 2 horse was looking very enthusiastic. The horse in the 3-hole now was a long shot. Don't know the horse, but he's a long shot. I was feeling pretty confident. And as we got around the last turn, I know that Unbeatable Kemp won up the inside last week, but not his preferred trip to get into the passing lane. And again, I don't know how loaded he is until I start him out of the hole. And then I can tell he is loaded. Moved him over, inhaled the field, and I got him stopped up going under the wire, and he actually made a little bit of a noise pulling up. I might have shut his air off going under the wire. That's how strong he was today, and that's not a joke. That's just what happened. That's a great class. Unfortunately, we only got one more crack at it, and then he's got 10 wins. So where do we go from there? I think there's a condition race where it's optional 20 claimer tagged on it. Most tracks usually have them. I'd asked him, and we were just racing horses and hadn't connected about what's next after his next win, because if that's what he's going to have to race against in that numbers of 10, he really is only going to likely be in there one more week. So where do we go from here with Kemp? That's the question of the day. I'm sure there's a class at the Meadows for Unbeatable Kemp, and I do want to keep him on the claimer side, just because I do want to have some sort of consistency with the horses we race against every week. And then again, Tim has done a tremendous job with this horse. Again, we've had a great season all year long, and congratulations to him. He's 2 wins away from 1,000 lifetime wins as a trainer. I heard that over the PA when I come back to the winner's circle. Looking at our lineup for the next 2 days, a little bit of luck, we might be able to get him there. So an early congratulations, but well deserved. And Tim and Dean and everybody in his staff, Angela and everybody else, do a great job with these horses. So thank you again. Both those horses were very good today. My next drive, I was 3rd in, and then I went out in the track with Stay Close. I didn't really know what would happen. I can guarantee you they gave good money for the Hazelton. He looked good today. Was Stay Close awesome? I don't know if he was awesome. He never likes to have his neck stretched, right? When he's coming in front of the grandstand, you want to have him up on a helmet doubled up. But when they're going a big half in front of him, there's not really much you can do, right? You just have to kind of, at that point, as I like to say all the time, you got to play the hand you're dealt. And when it came to Stay Close at that particular moment, I knew we were kind of in trouble. He doesn't like, that's not his trip, right? So down the backstretch, I kind of had to wiggle my way out there, and I kind of shoved the kid over a little bit to get out, kind of snuck through, and ended up being enough room where I picked up a 5th place finish. But not his best work, but far from his worst. I can tell you the game plan moving forward for him is rinse and repeat for now. I don't think there's any reason to talk about it. Every time he gets beat like this, we'll have somebody say, oh, he needs a rest. Just relax, all right? Just because you see a horse race poorly in one day certainly doesn't mean he needs a rest. Now, is the open trot going to stay tough? Obviously, he's going to drop down out of there again. He was up in that class that he didn't belong in today. The class below it didn't fill. So is he going to find a more favorable class next week? I hope so. I hope he does. And then we'll see where we go from there. He wasn't hitting the bike today. He didn't feel tired. He actually run down that horse to be 5th today, so he did his work as well as he could. So that's the positive notes. That's my takeaway for Stay Close. Did the best he could today in the class he was in. So that was that. Off to Northfield Park tonight. Obviously, we have Coop and Lindy and Park Slope in tonight. We're going to make a little bridle change on Park Slope. I hope a positive one. You never really know until you race them in a bridle change, but we're going to move from a closed to an open bridle. As I said to you this morning, we're going to add a mini bitch. She was a little aggressive in the face and a line pole on the outside, and eerily enough, that's almost the identical equipment that Bomb Hugger ended up with. I know you might feel it sounds silly, but for me, it's weird watching this filly because she's so much like the other filly was. So we'll race her tonight too, and I think they're all in a favorable spot tonight. My only challenge for tonight, obviously, 1, keep them all trotting, rule number 1, and 2, get to Northfield as quickly as I can without getting a ticket. So we'll see how that plays out tonight. If I don't make race 1 right now, I almost certainly got a speeding ticket on the way home, so we'll try to avoid that. So 3 in tonight, and then Fish is racing tonight at Yonkers, closing in again on that $100,000 mark. I hope she gets there this year. She's such a nice filly. So with that, I'll let you go. The middle part of our day is over. As I said, throughout the next week or so, we're going to be pushing a little harder on the open house. Scott Zeron is coming. My brother Mark is coming to the open house. We're also going to have Aaron Merriman, Chris Lems, Hunter Myers, and our boy, Jason Merriman, is going to be helping us out also. So sets of 6 going postward, so to speak, next Sunday morning, starting in Northfield Park. This weekend, after Friday, I'm heading back to Ontario with Amy. We're going to give some videos to you guys, some drone videos to you. I've been threatening to for a while for Ontario, and we're going to get them off to you. Obviously, there are some horses. I know Cleveland Masha isn't gated up great yet. Danny was all in a worry. He said, this one's not gated up. We got to do. I said, Danny, relax. Just put the horses out in the track and let them do their work. That's it. So that's what we're going to do this weekend. Probably only 2 sets of 4 coming your way this weekend. I think there's only 8 horses there, but if there's 9, it'll be 3 sets of 3. So we'll see how that plays out. But for right now, I'm off to Northfield Park. Half my day is over. I got my first shift in at the barn, went with some horses, trained some horses today. My second shift was at the Meadows. I'm done there now. Shift 3, I'm going to be on my way and off to Northfield Park right now to race 3 of our horses there. So good luck to everybody and all my partners tonight. To those of you this afternoon, congratulations on Absolute Euphoria and Unbeatable Kemp. Both were very good. Stay Close was good too and ended up grabbing a 5th. Hopefully some more good luck coming our way tonight. Take care.